Alrighty guys, it is another beautiful night in Finnish Lapland and the auroras has just started to dance beautifully a minute ago and we are seeing quite a show. Wow, look at that. And as you can see, I'm in a bit different setting today. This is actually the first ever Northern Light stream that I'm doing inside and not outside. These days I'm visiting the very magnificent Aurora Village in Ivalo, and I know the people who run the hotel very well and they always welcome me to visit, so we decided to go with Julia for another trip over here in Finnish Lapland, and they have these wonderful glass igloos that you are seeing as well, and today we are seeing the northern lights through these glass windows of the glass igloo, and I can be warm inside and not outside. And actually I'm pretty happy about that because the weather today, it's very windy and very incredibly inhospitable, even though it was quite warm today. But wow, look at that. Look at the amazing aurora unfolding right now over there out of the window. Looks amazing. So if you ever plan on traveling to Finnish Lapland, I can warmly recommend this place. There is a link over there on the screen, auroravillage.fi, so please earmark or bookmark or whatever this wonderful place. And we also have eyes outside. I have one camera which is set outside to take pictures, and I'm gonna try and switch for that right now, but actually it looks quite cool indeed from here, from inside, because the aurora is just rising high above. And of course, if it happens to be that the aurora will go upstairs over the viewpoint, I will take my camera and stream from the outside. But at least I can start here from inside, from the warmth and the comfort of this wonderful place. So let's see what we have here. So here you see I've set another camera to take photos from the outside, and this is like a photo, the latest photo that the camera has taken. This is how these glass igloos look from the outside. So let's go back. So I'm gonna go and reach the window now and pan the camera around and see where the aurora is going. So, it is time to run around like headless chickens. The aurora is a bit crazy today. It's just going places. It's just changing direction. Now it's just now it went towards this cottage. Oh wow. It is really sneaky tonight. Yesterday I think it was, or 2 days ago, yes, two nights ago, it was totally different. It was playing, dancing for 45 minutes, staying in one place without turning on and off. Today it's totally different. It's very quirky. It's just appearing, disappearing, playing playing games with me. So but it looks good. It looks good over there. On the north east we're looking now, behind the cottage. There is a nice green action, and there is some on the left side as well, but behind this cottage is the main point of interest over there. So if you're just joining me, this is Alex from All About Lapland, live streaming Northern Lights again. Today I'm in Ivalo at the Aurora Village, and this is already the second live stream. The first one I did from inside one of these cottages, looking at the auroras through the glass window, staying warm inside. My first ever live stream staying warm inside. But for the second live stream I decided to go outside just to be sure if the aurora just goes different places. It's a bit easier to notice it like that, and also easier to point the camera at it. It's been really moving fast today and playing hide and seek. So there is also over there now. You see, just it just keeps changing things, keeps changing the location and the shape. I don't remember a night like this, at least not recently, when it would be so crazy all over the place. So March, as I was often saying, is a great month for Northern Lights, and today we have really favorable aurora conditions. However, the shape, it's always different, and today the shapes have been all kinds, and they're just appearing in random places in the sky. So the weather was quite warm today. It was the first day when we felt really like spring. It was +5 degrees here in the north in Ivalo, and I think it was about +8 on the Arctic Circle in Rovaniemi. So this week it's quite warm, the first warm week of the spring. However, nights are still very cold, and we have a really incredibly cold wind also today. So as I understand from the forecast, the week after this one will be cold again, so we are not fully in spring mode yet. So snow will melt a little bit, I guess, but there's still plenty of snow over here, and well, who knows, we might also have some fresh snowfalls. Oh, actually, now the aurora is doing this. It's doing 2 arches. One of them is trying to climb up over there, just above me, and the second one, it's gaining strength and it's shooting up from behind these trees over there. Interesting. I really hope that today we're gonna see at least one like really decent bang, and not just hide and seek aurora. But as you might understand, it's not always easy to predict when this is actually going to happen. So it's already second time I started live stream waiting for this really huge thing happening, but it still hasn't achieved us. Not to say that these are bad auroras. Actually, these are very decent auroras. So you have to be really lucky to see those if you're in midwinter in December and January. However, when talking about March, in March you expect things to be brilliant, to be really good and powerful. So that is why expectations are high. Just 2 nights ago we had a really powerful aurora dance, not just aurora glow of what we are saying, but really like dancing and shivering auroras in the skies for 45 minutes. Okay, so we have a quite funky, interesting kind of circular shape. So this is one end behind these 2 trees, and it's doing a very tight loop, and it's going going back north again behind the other two trees. Interesting. So now I see a bit of the movement over there, and can also take a look towards the northeast. So this is our northeast. There is some green glow over there, over the cottage, and most of the action is over northwest right now. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave the stream running like that, expecting things to happen, even bigger things to happen. I'll go inside and warm up a little bit and read a few comments, and if the aurora is going to change the shape, I will go with it. So let's fix the camera about there, and I'm gonna enter the cottage right now. I can't really hear you. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not change the microphone. Sorry about that. I'm using one microphone inside and one microphone outside. So thanks for reminding me about that. Gabe is asking, is it very cold? It's about 0 degrees centigrade, but it's very windy outside, so I'm happy to go inside now for a moment and warm up. And it looks like there were interesting fish rib shapes going around the very cottage where I am right now. Quite interesting looking, and I'm really hopeful we will be treated for like a really decent, good show tonight. But of course, it's very difficult to predict what Aurora will do next. Or at least the timing. I'm really optimistic for a real good, amazing blow, and I will continue live streaming today for a little longer, anticipating that. I already did like a 15-minute live stream a bit earlier today. So Gab is also saying, this is amazing, I can't wait to visit you. Stefan is saying, Lappi, Sudan. We have Filippo online. Filippo, how are you doing? How is school, my friend? So now we have a really interesting shape developing over there between the trees. Maybe I will go outside quite soon, but it's so nice and warm inside here. Inside the cottage where I am at the Aurora Village. Very comfortable. Of course, no time to sleep for me as I'm chasing the Aurora or chasing outside. So now I think there is cool things happening, so we'll go outside, take some photos and continue from there. So I'm back behind the camera and things are developing. We have actually 2 or 3 arches right now. Let me show all of them for you. So first we have an arch just over the cottage on the right in the north. Then we have this bigger arch shooting directly up in the sky and growing in powerfulness, and there is another one in the back. So let me show you all of them. So this is the second most powerful arch, which is rising high up in the sky, very high at it's almost overhead, not like 100% overhead, but really high overhead. And there is also another arch to the right from that. So this one on the right, it is going south from here. So now we're looking directly towards west, and you can see that this arch is kind of separated in 2. So there is one more powerful on the left, and there is also another one on the right, which is slightly to the south. So quite incredible. And right now it's quite big. It's wow, it's actually quite amazingly big. The massive arch overhead. It's not dancing yet, it's just shivering, although it is absolutely giant in size. It's just covering everything above the sky. And there in the middle of these trees is the most powerful region right now, and this is the one which is beginning to dance. Actually, it's a quite picture perfect view. I'm gonna go and grab one of my cameras and oh wow, it's actually moving right now. Oh wow, look at that. The aurora is on the move. Now it's dancing. Oh wow, look at that. And there is also growing moon. Oh, look at that. Oh, massive. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is so freaking cool. It's everywhere. Nice. It's moving and it's everywhere. Look at that. I'm gonna go and pan around and show you where it's going. This pretty much looks like this thing I was waiting for this whole night. This Big Bang, the Aurora Big Bang, which is happening right now all over the sky. So there is like this big circular arch which is curving right into this street in the Aurora Village over the cottages, Aurora Cottage Street, let's call it like that. So this curves right into this gap into the trees, and actually it's wow, that's actually moved pretty fast, like a couple of minutes, and it's totally changed shape. So now we're looking towards the east, but things are also happening in the west and overhead. There is lots of aurora overhead, and it's just shivering down on me. What I will do, I will just put the camera into my hands from the tripod, and I will try to pan up slowly because my tripod doesn't go high up like that. So I'm pointing the camera vertically up. Now we are looking directly overhead, and this is the view that I'm seeing as well. So there is a giant aurora unfolding above my head, and basically we are underneath this arch, so this is why it looks kind of going left and right and up and down. So we are directly under the aurora and it's just raining down on us. Quite cool. Quite cool indeed. This is so nice. There's so many different shapes. Wow. So we are having a very good aurora. What can only be better than this if these aurora shapes would just dance violently with the myriad of colors. Now they're just a little bit more passive, but in any case this is a great sight. This is the best moment of this night that I was waiting for many hours, and I'm glad that it's finally here and I got the timing right. So I'm gonna put us on the tripod, back on the tripod over here. There we go. And we're gonna take another swipe around. So this is the giant aurora arch shooting up in the sky from east, going overhead and ending in the west. And let's turn around and see what's happening in the other places. So we are turning back towards the north. Turning back, there is many aurora residues from this big arch that we witnessed just a few moments ago. There is quite a lot of green stuff in the sky. It's almost everywhere in random batches, and a little bit more just over the cottage. Oh wow, basically the whole sky is now green. The aurora is just soaking in the skies everywhere. It's like it's everywhere. Everywhere you look is green. So, and also as you can see, we're having a moon which is growing in power, so that kind of makes the aurora less visible, although it's not the full moon yet. But I think it's a nice mix of colors. I really like this this time for auroras, when there is some moonlight but not too much, and also the auroras together they produce a very nice image, quite cool looking image. During the last full moon I was chasing Northern Lights in Pallas Ylläs National Park, and back then we still had snowy trees, popcorn snowy trees. Now the snow has gone from the trees as it's been so windy, and also the sun is warming up the trees quite a lot in daytime. So now looking over these cottages, we are actually, they're called Aurora cabins, not cottages. So looking over there, it's the most active region. And as you can hear, it's pretty cloudy, pretty windy today. So even though the temperature is not that cold, it feels quite cold to be outside due to the wind. Okay, I've activated the light because I moved a little bit to change my tripod position, but it will go quiet in a few seconds. There we go. No light pollution. And as you can see, this place is pretty amazing. There is no light pollution on the other side. in the north where you look, there is just a forest, which is quite nice for us. So if you will consider traveling to Finland and Lapland in some future times, please bookmark this place, Aurora Village Ivalo. I really like it here, and I know the owners very well. They are very nice people who care about customer experience, and I enjoy several trips per year to this place and film some northern lights at night. And it's actually quite rare that I haven't seen any northern lights in this place. I think there was only one trip when I've seen small northern lights. The rest of the trips here I've always seen big northern lights and small ones as well. So, and no trips at all that I haven't seen northern lights here, and I usually stay for a couple of days and nights, or we stay with Julia. And also in the summer, last summer I came to Aurora Village, and we went canoeing, mountain biking, and there was a lot of fun experiences. In summer, the sun shines day and night over this area, but there are nice curtains in these glass cabins in the Aurora igloos that let you sleep, because without the curtains it's pretty impossible to sleep under the open skies because it's always so bright. But now it looks quite nice, because we still have dark nights for at least 1 month. In the end of April, the Aurora season will end, as the nights will grow shorter and shorter until there is like a couple of hours of night time, and coming into the early May there is no night at all in this area, and the horizon that you can see right now, it starts to glow red because of the sun being there quite low on the horizon at night time. So this is quite cool time as well. So please check out their site, Aurora Village Ivalo. Really premium place to visit. And of course, if you're in Finland, you can still make it here for a nice Aurora experience, or any kind of snow experience. There are cross-country skiing tracks that these folks make for the visitors. You can go and ski around a huge area. There are snowmobile safaris here. You can rent a snowmobile or go with a guide, and there are numerous experiences that you can have in this area. There are guided husky tours, reindeer tours, and I've heard Santa is sometimes around as well, and you can have a private meeting with him. Alright, I'm doing quite a good sales work for Aurora Village. I hope all of you are appreciating my effort. So there is some nice green stuff now on the horizon. Looks like it's quieting down a little bit, so I guess what I will do, I will go into the cottage again to warm up, as it's incredibly windy and inhospitable here outside, and I'll read a few comments of yours, and we will hang out together and see what we will do next.